Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to do a problem on transmission lines by using Smith charts. The 0.1 lambda length line shown above has a characteristic impedance of 50 ohms that I represented here and is terminated with a load impedance of 5 plus j times 25 ohm. Locate normalized impedance ZL bar equal to ZL by ZO, that equal to 0.1 plus j times 0.5 on the Smith chart. What is the impedance at L equal to 0.1 lambda? That means we are talking about impedance here, which is nothing but input impedance. What is the VSWR on the line and what is the reflection coefficient at the load gamma L? Let's start with the first one. Locate ZL bar equal to ZL by ZO, that equal to 0.1 plus j times 0.5. That means R value is 0.1 and X value is 0.5. You have to represent this point on the Smith chart. R value is 0.1, X value is 0.5. R value is 0.1 means, and X value is 0.5 means, here X value is 0.5. The intersection of these two curves, this is one curve and this is other curve. So this is the required point for us. So on the Smith chart, let's represent it as point P. So first question is answered. Second one, what is the impedance at L equal to 0.1 lambda? We know that traveling a distance of lambda on the transmission line is equal to traveling 720 degrees on the Smith chart. The question he asked is impedance at a length of L equal to 0.1 lambda. That means 0.1 lambda equal to 0.1 multiplied with 720 degrees, that is equal to 72 degrees. Therefore, the impedance at L equal to 0.1 lambda is, you have to travel 72 degrees on the Smith chart from the load. So this point P represents our load. In order to find out that impedance, you have to draw a circle which is passing through this load with the center at the center of the Smith chart here. So this gamma circle is passing through this point P with a center at center of the Smith chart. Since the angle you have to move is 72 degrees, from this load point you have to travel 72 degrees towards the generator. I am placing the load at 0 degrees. 72 degrees means this point on the graph. If you want impedance at this point, the value of R is, this is 0.2, this is 0.4 and this is 0.3. You can see values here, and it crossed 0.3 and it is in between 0.3 and 0.4. Therefore I can write R value is equal to 0.35. Similarly, if you want X value, this point is in between these two lines, and this line is 1.8 that you can see from here. This is 2.0, that means this point is 1.9 and it is very nearer to 1.9. Therefore I can say X value is equal to 1.87. The value of Z at a distance of L equal to 0.1 lambda is equal to 0.35 plus j times 1.87. But this value is a normalized value, Z bar. But the question he asked is Z at a distance of L equal to 0.1 lambda. Therefore, you have to multiply this value with the characteristic impedance, that is 50. Therefore, Z of L equal to 0.1 lambda equal to 17.5 J times 93.5 ohms. So the answer is, the impedance at L equal to 0.1 lambda is 17.5 plus J times 93.5 ohms. The third question is, what is the VSWR on the line? It is the point of intersection of positive gamma axis and gamma circle, that is this point. And you can observe this value is 10, this value is 20 here, this value will be 12, this value will be 14, 16, 18, 20. Therefore, the value of S is equal to 14. Therefore, VSWR equal to 14. What is the reflection coefficient at load? If you want reflection coefficient at the load, you have to measure this distance and this distance. This distance is 12.1. This distance is 14.2. Therefore, magnitude of reflection coefficient at load is equal to 12.1 divided by 14.2, that is equal to 0.8521, and the phase of reflection coefficient is this angle, that is theta suffix gamma, and this angle is 126. Therefore, theta suffix gamma equal to 126 degrees. Reflection coefficient equal to 0.8521 angle 126 degrees. The next question is reflection coefficient at L equal to 0.1 lambda. Now he is asking reflection coefficient at this point. Now reflection coefficient at L equal to 0.1 lambda means you have to travel a distance of 0.1 lambda on the transmission line from the load, which is nothing but the 72 degrees on the Smith chart that we already calculated. This angle, that is theta suffix gamma, and if I continue this point up to the end, new point will be somewhere here. So now I have to measure this distance and this distance. This distance is 10.05 and this distance is 11.1. Therefore, required reflection coefficient magnitude is equal to 10.05 by 11.1. 10.05 by 11.1. 0.905, and the angle is, from here you have to measure 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 55. So theta suffix gamma equal to 55 degrees. 0.905 angle 55. Gamma at a length of 0.1 lambda equal to 0.905 angle 55 degrees. Next question. A transmission line has characteristic impedance of 1.0 and load impedance 0.2 minus j into 0.2 ohms. What is impedance at L equal to lambda by 4, that is 0.25 lambda? What is the VSWR on the line? How far from the load is the first voltage minimum and the first current minimum? Since it is given the characteristic impedance is 1, there is no need for us to normalize the load impedance. You can directly take load impedance and normalized load impedance as same value. Therefore, ZL equal to ZL bar equal to 0.2 minus J times 0.2. Therefore, normalized resistance R equal to 0.2 and normalized impedance X equal to minus 0.2. On the Smith chart, 0.2 is available here. and x equal to minus 0.2 means on the Smith chart minus 0.2 is available here. The point of intersection of these two curves is this point. Let's call this point as P. Let's first draw the gamma circle. So this is our gamma circle. The first question he asked is, what is the impedance at a distance of lambda by 4? You know that lambda by 4 on the Smith chart represents 180 degrees. And from this load, you have to travel a distance of 180 degrees towards the generator. Towards the generator means clockwise direction. So 180 degrees means let's extend this line in the other direction. And the point of intersection of these two lines are this point. The value of r and x at this point is, this curve is r equal to 3.0 and this curve is r equal to 2.0. If you zoom this part, this line is 2.2, this line is 2.4, this line is 2.6. That means this point is in between 2.4 and 2.6, therefore r equal to 2.5. Normalized impedance at a distance of L equal to lambda by 4 equal to r equal to 2.5. Let's find the value of x. This curve represents value of x as 3.0 and this curve represents value of x 2.0. This line is 2.2, this line is 2.4, this line is 2.6. That means x value equal to 2.5. Therefore x equal to 2.5. Normalized impedance at a distance of L equal to lambda by 4 from the load is equal to 2.5 plus j times 2.5. If you want actual impedance, then z equal to 2.5 plus j times 2.5 multiplied with characteristic impedance ZO. Anyway, the characteristic impedance ZO is equal to 1. Therefore actual impedance is equal to 2.5 plus j times 2.5 ohms. What is the VSWR of the line? The VSWR of the line is the point at which the real gamma axis intersects with the gamma circle. That is this point on the graph. This is 5.0. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can write S equal to 5.2 roughly. So voltage standing wave ratio on the line is S equal to 5.2. The third question is, how far from the load is the first voltage minimum and the first current minimum? On the Smith chart, this point is the load impedance ZL, and you know that this point represents voltage minimum and this point represents voltage maximum. Our question is, how far from the load is the first voltage minimum? From the load, this is the distance at which your first minimum exists. That means you have to find out this angle. So let us say this is 0 degrees, 10, 10, 20, 23 degrees. So this is 23 degrees. This angle is 23 degrees, which means the voltage minimum exists at an angle of 23 degrees from the load towards the generator. We know that on a transmission line, a distance of lambda corresponds to 720 degrees on the Smith chart. Now we need lambda dash which has to represent 23 degrees. Therefore, lambda by lambda dash equal to 720 by 23, that is equal to 31.30. Therefore, lambda dash equal to lambda by 31.30, that is equal to 0.031 lambda. Therefore, the first voltage minimum exists at a distance of 0.031 lambda. The next question is the first current minimum. Current minimum exists at voltage maximum. On a Smith chart, voltage maximum exists here. Now you have to measure this distance on the Smith chart. From the diagram you can observe this line represents 180 degrees. 180 degrees plus 23, 180 degrees plus 23 will gives you 203 degrees. Since we know lambda corresponds to 720 degrees, now let us say lambda dash corresponds to 203 degrees. Lambda dash by lambda will gives you 203 by 720 degrees. That implies lambda dash equal to 0.28 lambda. So the first current minimum will exist at 0.28 lambda. Here is the next question. The air-filled two-wire line has a characteristic impedance of 50 ohms and is operated at a frequency of 3 GHz. The load is ZL equal to 100 plus J times 40 ohm. For the line above, find ZL bar on the chart. Anyway, ZL bar we know that ZL by ZO, that is equal to 100 plus J times 40 by characteristic impedance is 50, that is equal to 2 plus J times 0.8. What is the line impedance? 2.5 centimeters from the load, and the length of the transmission line he given it here, that is L equal to 2.5 centimeters. And what is the voltage standing wave ratio on the line? So the first answer is to represent 2.0 plus J times 0.8 on the Smith chart. On the Smith chart, R equal to 2.0 and X equal to 0.8. R equal to 2.0 means this part on the Smith chart, and X equal to 0.8 means this point on the Smith chart. R equal to 2.0 means this part, X equal to 0.8 means this point. Now the intersection of these two lines is this point. Let us call this point as P, that is our normalized load ZL dash. The next step is to draw a reflection coefficient circle. So this is gamma circle. This is completed. What is the line impedance? 2.5 centimeters from the load. So 2.5 centimeters from the load means this length. He given operating frequency F as 3 GHz. If you want wavelength from here, lambda equal to C by F, that is equal to 3 into 10 power 10, I am representing in centimeters, by operating frequency is 3 into 10 power 9. Therefore wavelength equal to 10 centimeters. If wavelength equal to 10 centimeters, that implies length of the transmission line is equal to 2.5 centimeters, which represents lambda by 4. That means if you want impedance at a distance of 2.5 centimeters, you have to travel a distance of lambda by 4 on the transmission line. And on a Smith chart, lambda by 4 corresponds to 180 degrees. Let me draw a line to represent the load. Therefore, from this load, you have to travel a distance of 180 degrees in this direction towards the generator. 180 degrees in clockwise direction represents the extension of this line in the other direction. And the point of intersection of these two curves is this point, and the value of r here is 0.5 and here is 0.4. Therefore this point is r equal to 0.458, and the value of x is, the point is in between these two lines. This is 0.1, this is 0.2, this line is 0.15. If you observe clearly, if this is 0.10, this is 0.12, this is 0.14, this is 0.16, and this is 0.18. It is in between these two. Therefore x equal to 0.17. Therefore I can write required normalized impedance ZL bar equal to 0.458 plus 0.17 J. ZL bar equal to 0.458 plus 0.17 J. But the question is to find out the impedance. Therefore ZL equal to 0.458 plus J times 0.17 multiplied with characteristic impedance is 50 ohms. Therefore ZL equal to 22.9 plus 8.5 J. Okay. The third question is, what is the VSWR on the line? Voltage standing wave ratio or standing wave ratio is the point of intersection of gamma circle on the positive real gamma axis, that is this point. So this is 2.0, this is 2.2, this is 2.4. Therefore I can say S value is equal to 2.39 because it is nearly touching that line. Therefore the third bit is S equal to 2.39. The line shown above is 3 by 8 lambda long, and its normalized input impedance is equal to Z given by minus J times 2.5. So this is the transmission line which is given for us, whose input impedance is Z equal to minus J 2.5, and the length of the transmission line is 3 by 8 lambda. What is the normalized receiving or load end impedance? That means he is asking to find ZL bar, normalized load impedance. What is the distance from the load to the first voltage minimum? What length of open circuited line could be used to replace ZL? This is an interesting question. If I remove this load impedance, what should be the length of a open circuited transmission line that I have to place here to replace this ZL without disturbing the voltage and current waveforms on this transmission line? Given the normalized input impedance equal to minus J 2.5. This input impedance I can write it as normalized impedance at a distance of L equal to 3 lambda by 8 from the load, that is equal to minus J 2.5. Now let us represent this impedance first on the Smith chart. Now input impedance equal to minus J 2.5. That means R value is equal to 0 and X value equal to minus 2.5. R value 0 means this outer circle of the Smith chart. X equal to minus 2.5 means minus, which means you are talking about lower part of Smith chart. 2.5 represents, so this is 2.0, this is 3.0. 2.5 means this is 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8, 3.0. Therefore 2.5 means this point. A line from the center of the Smith chart to this point. this point represent z in bar, that is equal to minus j 2.5. First question he asked is, what is the normalized receiving or load and impedance? So that means, since we know the impedance at this point, we have to travel a distance of 3 lambda by 8 to find ZL bar. We know lambda represents 720 degrees, 3 lambda by 8 represents 270 degrees, and you have to move towards the load. From this input impedance, you have to move 270 degrees towards the load, means anti-clockwise direction, in this direction. 270 degrees in the anti-clockwise direction from this point is this line. So this angle is 270 degrees, and the corresponding value of x at this point is, this is 0.4, this is 0.5, 0.42, 0.44 this is. Therefore let's put the value of x as 0.438 because it is very nearer to 0.44. Therefore normalized load impedance equal to minus 0.438 j. Therefore ZL bar equal to minus 0.438 j. The next question is, what is the distance from load to first voltage minimum? This point is load point. We know that the voltage minimum exists at this point because it is a short circuit point on the Smith chart. Therefore we need this angle, and this angle is 47 degrees. We know lambda corresponds to 720 degrees on the Smith chart. Let us say, assume this is lambda dash, that is equal to 47 degrees. That implies lambda dash by lambda, I can write it as 47 by 720 degrees, that equal to 0.065. That implies lambda dash equal to 0.065 lambda. On a transmission line, if you move a distance of 0.065 lambda from the load, you are going to get V minimum. V minimum at 0.065 lambda from the load. The third question is, what length of open circuited line could be used to replace ZL? If this ZL is replaced by a transmission line with open circuit at this end, what should be the length of this transmission line in order to get the same ZL value or the same normalized ZL value? On the Smith chart, load ZL is available here. The open circuited transmission line means this point, this is our ZOC. That means if you want to replace this load with an open circuit connection, you have to travel this length on the transmission line, right? That means now we need this angle. We know that this angle is 180 degrees and this angle is 47 degrees. If you want this angle, that is 360 minus 180 plus 47. 360 minus 180 plus 47 degrees, that is equal to 133 degrees. On a Smith chart, lambda equal to 720 degrees. Now let us say, now we need lambda double dash, that is equal to 133 degrees. Lambda double dash by lambda will gives you 133 by 720 degrees, that is equal to 0.1847. Therefore lambda double dash equal to 0.1847 lambda. which means if you want to replace this load resistance with an open circuited transmission line, then the length of the transmission line must be 0.1847 lambda. Therefore length equal to 0.1847 lambda. Thank you.